As usual, we're set to serve you a beautiful package of the Eagle. In our familiar style, we delve on the evil of corruption which has hampered the growth of our nation while also highlighting the ways to stamp it out. Sit back, relax and enjoy the program. I'm your host, Aisha Mohammed, welcoming you.
EFCC will get you anywhere, anytime.
On our lineup today, extradition. Court turns down Okoyomon's bail application. NABDA staff arrested for attempting to obtain 0.5 million to kill a fraud case. And the Eagle team went to town to sample people's opinion on the effect of corruption on the society. This and more will come your way shortly.
For me to buy correct motor, for me to take make my dough.
A federal high court sitting in Abuja has ruled as an abuse of court process the bail application brought before it by former managing director of the Nigerian Security, Printing and Minting Company, NSPMC, Emmanuel Okoyomon, whose extradition to the United Kingdom has been ordered by a federal high court, Abuja. Olufemi Adeyemi will bring us the details right after this timeout and on another report.
EFCC will get you anywhere, anytime.
Justice Valentine Ashi of the FCT High Court, sitting in Abuja, has ruled as an abuse of court process the bail application brought before it by Emmanuel Okoyomon, former managing director of the Nigerian Security Printing and Minting Company, NSPMC, whose extradition to the United Kingdom has been ordered by a federal high court, Abuja. Okoyomon, whose extradition is being sought by the UK government over his alleged role in the bribery allegation involving officials of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, NSPMC, and Security International PT of Australia between 2006 and 2008, had through his counsel, Mike Enahoro, approached the FCT High Court to challenge his continued incarceration at Kuje prisons pending his extradition. Justice E.S. Chukwu of the Federal High Court, Abuja, had earlier in May 2015 ordered that Okoyomon be extradited to the United Kingdom to face charges of corruption and money laundering. He was also ordered to be remanded in prison custody pending the extradition. Dissatisfied by the ruling, Okoyomon had at the time through his counsel, Alex Izinyon San, approached the Court of Appeal, seeking a stay of execution of the order of the court. The court, in the circumstance, adjourned sine die pending the determination of the case at the appellate court. However, Enahoro, in a surprise move, approached the FCT High Court to challenge Okoyomon's continued incarceration, alleging infringement of his rights to personal liberty by the Deputy Controller in Charge, Medium Security Prison, Kuje, and the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF. He also filed a bail application at the court, which was opposed by the AGF. In his ruling, Justice Ashi noted that the Federal High Court had the right to issue writ of habeas corpus and that the FCT High Court could not rightfully sit on the matter. Once an appeal court is handling a matter, a lower court cannot hear or give a ruling on the matter, the judge ruled. He added that since the Federal High Court refused to grant him bail and the appellate court also refused him bail pending his appeal, I too cannot find the law to grant the applicant bail. He thereafter advised Okoyomon to take his case to the Court of Appeal, adding that there is no merit in the court processes. In another development, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has arraigned 4 persons before Justice Abubakar Talba of the Federal High Court, Gudu, Abuja, on a 29-count charge bordering on conspiracy and obtaining by false pretense. The 4 accused persons, Ibrahim Ahmed Mazangari, Mohammed Sani Sulaiman, Hajia Fatima Mazangari, and Saleh Yerima Sojon, are alleged to have obtained 1.2 billion naira from the federal government by false pretense and with intent to defraud, purporting same to be monthly pension payable to MS Sulaiman, Saleh Yerima Sojon, Isa U. Adamu, Daniel Mikano, and Abdullahi Garba Musa, who were falsely held out as pensioners of the federal government by inserting their names in the pensioners' payroll. The accused persons, who were offered a biometric contract by a former head of civil service of the Federation, Steve Oronsoye, to regularize names of pensioners on the pensions payroll, allegedly smuggled in names of fake pensioners and collected unearned pension. The fraud allegedly involved 2 companies, Zanji Technologies Limited and Century Construction Company Limited. Justice Talba had at the sitting on June 30, 2015, rejected a plea bargain proposal mooted by Ibrahim Salau, counsel to Mazangari, before adjourning to September 15, 2015, as a result of the absence of Fatima Mazangari, the 3rd accused person, who, according to Salau, was ill. Don't mention plea bargain here. I don't want to hear about it, the judge had declared. At the resumed sitting, all the accused persons were present in court to take their plea. The accused persons pleaded not guilty when the charges were read to them. In view of their plea, the prosecuting counsel, O.A. Atolagbe, while expressing eagerness for the trial to commence, prayed the court for a short adjournment as one of the key witnesses who was to appear in court was recently bereaved. Salah moved bail application for the accused persons and prayed the court to admit them to bail on liberal terms, arguing that the accused persons will not default. Though Atolagbe did not oppose the bail application, he urged the court to put into consideration the nature of the offense as it touches on financial crimes involving large sums of money. Justice Talba, in his ruling on the bail application, admitted the accused persons to bail in the sum of 10 million naira and 2 sureties, each in like sum, one of which must be a director in the Federal Civil Service and the other a responsible member of the society who must submit an affidavit of means and tax documents. While fixing November 2 and 3, 2015 for trial to begin, Justice Talba ordered that the accused persons be remanded in prison custody pending the fulfillment of the bail conditions. Olufemi Adeyemi, reporting for the Eagle.
What is it?
Please, keep to yourself. Chief Urabo, I got a telephone call.
Anytime I close my eyes,
Yes.
I see dead people chasing me in my sleep.
My Jova Magadam.
Is it possible for someone to become restless just because of his past?
Nevertheless, unless you accuse somebody dead, then the spirit will be haunted you.
Hey!
Was you all contractors?
I embezzled all the money for the roads that are now death traps, killing people every day. I approved the supplies of fake drugs on pipe and water. I embezzled the money. I dey fear, Chief.
You are supposed to fear, especially now that the people of EFCC are chasing people who are doing Wuru to submit other people's money. EFCC, as soon as they capture them, straight to prison.
Chief,
Jail. Life are not just about acquire wealth, making money. When other people are they didn't die of hunger and neglect. Be careful. EFCC are watch.
EFCC will get you anywhere, anytime.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC has arrested a suspected fraudster, Samson Irefin, who attempted to dupe a contractor of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control. Rolake Odofin Jolayemi has more on this.
A staff of the National Biotechnology Development Agency, NAFDA, who attempted to dupe a National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDA contractor, Deco Global Services Limited, on the pretext that he could help kill a pending investigation by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has been arrested by the anti-graft agency. The suspected fraudster, Samson Irefi, was picked up by operatives of the EFCC in the early hours of Friday, September 11, 2015, in the premises of a New Generation Bank in Abuja as he attempted to collect the sum of 500,000 naira, which he had demanded from his victim to kill the case. The sting operation was made possible by the courage of the would-be victim, who contacted the EFCC after Irefi made his approach, claiming he had influence in the EFCC to get him a soft landing. But convinced that he had done nothing to warrant investigation by the EFCC or a ransom to be spared the ordeal of investigation, he alerted the commission and was advised to play along. From that moment, Irefi was under close watch, with his every move being monitored by the anti-graft agency, thus culminating in his arrest. The suspect will be charged to court after investigation is concluded. His arrest, however, brings to the fore the antics of some fraudsters who have been going about defrauding members of the public by demanding for money to stop the EFCC from investigating petitions supposedly written against them. The Commission has consistently warned members of the public not to fall prey to these fraudsters, as no inducement can stop an investigation by the EFCC. It has also repeatedly called on members of the public to promptly report any solicitation by either genuine or fake EFCC officials to the nearest EFCC office or police station. Rolake Odofin Jolaemi, reporting for the Eagle.
Forewarned is forearmed. Shun corruption like a plague because it doesn't do society any good. But have you ever paused to think about the effects of corruption to an ordinary man in our society? The Eagle theme samples opinions of Nigerians on this salient topic. Golden Argo is our guide on this.
Understanding a problem is the first important step in solving such problem. The issue of corruption can never be overemphasized, and that is why the Eagle team reached out to the average citizens on the street to know what they understand by the word corruption. How does corruption affect the average Nigerian? Let's find out.
To my own understanding, corruption can be said to be a kind of a situation where someone's mindset towards other people is not in the good form, where someone has a negative mindset towards others.
Okay.
So that brings about the perpetration of the acts of wickedness.
Corruption is basically taking what is not yours. It's as simple as that. You understand? Taking whatever is not yours. Whether it's money, whether it's lane, traffic lane, whether it's resources, whatever it is. The moment you are taking something that is not yours, it is corruption.
I think corruption in other words is indiscipline. Because if you are disciplined, you will not be corrupt. I think that is the way I look at it from my own perspective.
I see corruption as doing things, especially for one's selfish purpose, without considering other people involved.
Corruption is a situation whereby people do things in the wrong way. People tend to rob others to survive.
How do you think corruption affects you as a citizen of the country?
Of course, it affects me personally.
In what ways, sir?
Okay, first of all, corruption as a father, it has affected me because where my children were supposed to be given admission, they were not given admission. Maybe because of quota system. And you see somebody who scores a particular mark, you say the quota of his state or zone is gone. Then you give admission to somebody who has a lower mark for quotation. That's corruption. But it has accepted. It has been taken as an accepted norm in a society. But it is actually a corruption. Here, legitimacy has been thrown to the wind. So, in that way, it has affected me. It has affected my children.
Of course it does, because when things are not done the way they're supposed to by other people or by myself, it affects everybody. It even affects me too. So I think it affects everyone.
Of course it do.
In what ways, sir?
When I'm supposed to achieve what I'm supposed to achieve,
at the right time, and I'm denied of it. Definitely I've been affected by the way other people have really corrupt the nation or corrupt the government or one way or the other.
It's affected me in a lot of ways. Like in my office, the corruption is just so much. Whereby you will see some people, because they are in position, they are making it, and others, they are not getting anything at all except the salary they base on. And another aspect is the school, whereby you will want admission for your child. They will be demanding from you to bring some money, or except you know somebody, and whereas your child is entitled to get this admission. Even when your child finish to get work, this corruption is also there. I just pray that God should enter the mind of most Nigerians so that this corruption of 18 can be wiped off from this country.
Okay. Of course, it does.
In what ways?
In so many ways, in every aspect in Nigeria, corruption. And to travel out of the country, you are looked down on. With your green and white passports, you are something else, which is very, very bad. It's not a good image on Nigeria, but I believe that with the present administration, from what I've gathered, I know that we have a man of integrity as a president, and I know that the change will truly come.
Let's say, maybe if there's a road here, and a money has been allocated for the construction of that road, or pipe-borne water, and somebody siphoned the money without constructing it. So that's corruption. It affects everybody that is supposed to use that road, and as a result, a lot of people will die because of that act. So that's why it affects everybody in the society.
Since corruption affects you very seriously, are you therefore willing to report an individual or group of people you suspect to be corrupt?
Well, I'm willing to blow the whistle if the Nigerian government will also cooperate.
Of course, I will, because if once you blow the whistle, you have been able to discourage the next person that wants to go into the act. So if we don't blow the whistle and we are covering up, then we will not tackle the corruption.
Yes, yeah. Look, as I am standing here, I'm a member of an anti-corruption crusade in the ministry here, and a lot has been happening here, and we have been opening the can worm since. If you ask, I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. Let me, in short, I believe so. That if anybody is corrupt, I need to caution him, and even report him to the authority.
Yeah, if there's something I can do to make things right, I will. If I discover that someone is doing something wrong, or I should also check myself sometimes. If I'm doing something, I think I ought to consider some other people first and not just myself. Yeah.
Of course, because it eats me down. You know what I'm saying? It eats me down. I'm ready to report anybody I found culpable.
Are you willing to blow the whistle or turn in somebody you suspect to be corrupt?
Once I'm given the opportunity to do that, I'll definitely do that, because I know how it has affected me personally. I know how it has affected my society, my family, and the country in large. So I believe I should be able to blow my whistle anywhere I'm opportune to do that.
Although a greater number of the respondents are willing to report cases of corruption, others have different opinions.
Even if you go and report, they may not take action.
So because of that
issue, that is it. Allah will expose them. That is my own.
I don't think I will do that, because what I can do is, personally, if I know somebody is corrupt, what I can do is to give you the word of God that has equally helped me. You understand? Because this corruption we are talking about, for crying out loud, is on individuals. If you are sincere to yourself, you start the corruption, you start rooting out corruption from yourself. If you are sincere with yourself, you don't need anybody to supervise you. And if you are sincere with yourself, it equally affects those around you. And they will know you are not corrupt. Because the sincerity is from you. As in, you deal with corruption. When as Nigerians, we deal with corruption individually, it affects our society.
It has been established that corruption affects every single person in our society, directly or indirectly. Therefore, let us all be part of this fight by shunning corruption and reporting every form of it to the appropriate quarters through whistleblowing or petition. Golden Argo reporting for the Eagle.
Thank you, Golden, for that report. As rightly said by one of the respondents, When things are done wrong, they affect the entire society. So let's join hands with the EFCC to bring corruption to its barest minimum. And with that, we've come to the end of today's episode of The Eagle. Please don't forget to send your feedback to The Eagle at efccnigeria.org. And if you have missed any of our edition, not to worry, just log on to YouTube platform via youtube.com/official EFCC. You can also search for us on Google Plus at official EFCC or official EFCCNG@gmail.com. Don't forget to also like our page on facebook.com/official EFCC and follow us on Twitter at official EFCC. I remain yours sincerely, Aisha Muhammad, hoping to see you, God's willing, next week. From me and the rest of the crew, it's goodbye and God bless Nigeria.